turning from intelligence-related things to unintelligent things, a woman has sterilized herself and is celebrating that. This TikTok has gone a little bit viral, and it was sent to us by Natalia Turiansky. It was sent to the show. I said, Michael, take a look at what's going on in this TikTok. A woman having a party, or at least a party for one, to celebrate sterilization.
Tomorrow, I'm getting permanently sterilized by having my fallopian tubes removed, so I decided to throw a little celebration for that and to celebrate the fact I've made the choice to not have kids. Women tend to only be celebrated when they get engaged, get married, or have a baby, and it's rare to see them celebrated as individuals for their accomplishments outside of the family. So it was really important to me to make sure that I dedicated time and space to celebrate myself and this life-changing decision that I'm making, and I'm so excited about it.
So at first I thought this must be satire, but I don't think it is. I was looking at the comments. I don't think it is. Notice she says, I'm having a celebration. And this is really sad. She's the only person there, which is a symbol of the thing she's celebrating, which is cutting herself off from other people, cutting herself off from the most basic ties. Her choice. It's not that it just didn't work out for her. She never got married. Her family and friends died or moved away. It's not just, oh man, this is tough suffering, got to kiss it up. She's choosing to isolate herself, choosing to cut herself off from the closest bonds that one can imagine in this life. And then she puzzles at it. She says, we celebrate pregnancy, but we never celebrate intentional sterilization. Yeah. Why do you think that is? So much of liberalism comes down to, hey, for all of history, we've done this thing, but why don't we do the opposite of this thing? Maybe there's a reason. You ever think that? Before we go any further, you need to go to vandycrisps.com/Knowles. It is time to ditch seed oils and processed snacks. Vandy Crisps are just real potato chips made the old-fashioned way. They taste better than any chip you've ever tried, so authentic that everything else feels like a cheap imitation. One bite and you will feel nostalgic for something you never knew you were missing. Vandy Crisps were created to be the first real potato chip you'll ever taste, made with just 3 simple ingredients: heirloom potatoes, grass-fed beef tallow, and sea salt. And that grass-fed tallow is not just for flavor, it is packed with nutrients that are great for your brain, skin, and hormones. Plus, you won't get that heavy, sluggish feeling you get from regular chips. Instead, you'll feel satisfied and energized after that perfect crunch. They're 100% American-made with 0 compromises. It's the best chip I've ever had. I almost feel wrong calling it a chip. It tastes like something different. It's like referring to, scrap beef from a fast food burger and beautiful Wagyu filet mignon is the same thing. It's not, I guess it's like technically this, but it's not even close. Now is the perfect time to start snacking right. VandyCrisps.com/Knowles. Get 25% off your order. You ever think that maybe there's a reason why everyone everywhere has done a thing and a thing in a certain way? But the liberalism begins from the assumption that everyone for all of history must have been wrong and deeply stupid, and that you and you alone have figured it out. Why is it? Why do you think? Why is it that everyone's always done this thing, but I'm going to do the opposite? And why don't we do the opposite? Furthermore, who do you think she's trying to convince? Because people don't post. Relative to the people who have children versus those who have their fallopian tubes removed, relatively few people post on TikTok about their pregnancies. Relatively few. I know there are a lot of pregnancy TikToks. But I'm saying, compared to the people who have children, which is most people, compared to the people who don't have children, and not just don't have children, but actually intentionally sterilize themselves, who's this lady trying to convince? Why is she making this big celebration that looks... This gets down to, I put this in my commencement speech at Ave Maria, which is available at the Ave Maria YouTube channel right now. It does come down to that vision of George Bernard Shaw. Some people see things that are and say, why? I dream things that never were, and say, why not? Which is the serpent in the Garden of Eve the serpent in the Garden of Eden talking to Eve. The liberals think that's really good advice. It's actually very bad advice, and it comes back to Karl Marx in the 11th thesis on Feuerbach, who says philosophy up till now has tried to understand the world. The point is to change it. You're not going to change the world. And it would not be good if you changed the world, even if you thought you could. Because it's good to be tethered to reality. So while you're watching the Michael and, while you're watching this episode of the show, while you're watching all the extra content, you can also go over and watch my commencement speech at Ave Maria University. Don't change the world. That's a great clip. Now hold up, stop, doop, bap, boop, doop, bop, bop. Ring the bell. Did you do it yet? You probably thought your computer froze. No. Did you do it? You rang the bell? You subscribed? Good. See you next time.